Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. During the meeting of yesterday, I already introduced an important fact in Expo 2015, which is the usage of the most innovative and effective technologies to support the visitor experience and participants. And in particular, I introduced the three main platforms to support visitors and participants. And they are the ecosystem, which means outside Expo. The second is the digital smart city, which is coming in a few seconds. And the third one is the Cyber Expo. All these things are very important, and we have to use the most innovative technologies in cooperations with the best companies and organizations. Now, yesterday I also presented to you our testimonial. I called her Maria. And let me start again with Maria, showing you in a short video how Maria feels the visitor experience and how the best technological innovations can support Maria, who is the visitor, and the participants. And later I will also show how this technology will be for the participants. Now, Maria is entering the site. A friend of her, Daniel, is having the fast access with the biometric recognition. Maria using the digital visitor guide for passing the entrance. And then again, using their smartphone with the digital visitor guide, she is unlocking the electronic glasses. Maria wear up the glasses, and then she switch on the glasses. And through the glasses, she can see augmented reality, which means additional information about the city, the pavilions, the countries, the event. Using the digital visitor guide, she compares the selected route, and she wants to compare against an alternative route. And the guide gives her the best moments to visit the pavilions, the events, without queues. Walking through the streets, there is a digital signage indicating an important event, for example, about coffee. And then while walking, she is along a digital wall saying hello to Maria. Maria noticed that on the wall there is also other additional information about the coffee event. And so she decides to book the event, downloading the event on top of her digital visitor guide. And this is very useful for her because she knows when to go there exactly at the right moment. Then the smartphone tells her, okay, wear up again the glasses. She wears up the glasses, switch on, and again she has additional information, walking through the streets in a very efficient and comfortable and instructive way. As you see, all these things can be done using many technologies, many solutions, many products and services, together with the cooperation of our partnership. One of these is the cloud, which is depicted in this picture. The cloud is a very efficient solution from the technical point of view in order to minimize the cost, accelerate the deployment of services, functionalities, without so many infrastructure. Let me go in 1 minute about the description of what is, according to us, the design of a digital smart city, which is the venue to host the event. We are designing the digital smart city according to a modular approach made of 5 technological layers. The first layer is that of the buildings. Of course, the buildings will be built, as Matteo told a few minutes ago, using the best ecological and recyclable criteria, together with the smart energy grids, which means how to produce and consume energy in a very coherent way. The services in this building are mainly the smart energy grid with the smart lighting, which means the lights will be up when people is there, not when people is not there. Another important point is the rendering of the site, because the rendering of the site is used for deploying the services, knowing where people are, and the optimization of flow of people in order to minimize queues and the waste of time. The second layer is telecommunications. It's very important. We have to give the connectivity, the fixed connectivity, ultra-wideband connectivity, and wireless connectivity, Wi-Fi, 3G, 4G in 2015. So telecommunications networks, ultra-wideband telecommunications networks with enhanced telecommunication services. Of course, the information technology services using the cloud services that I introduced before in order to accelerate the deployment, minimizing cost and infrastructures for the city and for the countries, for the participants. The third layer, very important, is safety and security. We will have many millions of visitors on the site, and of course we have to guarantee that they are protected and feel secure and safe. So we will deploy this third layer, the safe city, we call it the safe city, with an important main operation center controlling services, activities, monitoring, with video surveillance and alarms, anti-fire and smokes and so on. We will give to your staff, if you want, a secure communication tool using the most advanced telecommunication standard, which is called the Tetra third generation. And of course, the access control systems, in order that everybody is fully aware who is coming. The fourth layer is edutainment. Of course, we have to give information in an engaging way, but on the same time entertaining people. And for this, digital signage, I gave you before a little example. Also the pavilion solutions with digital signage, electronic walls, electronic kiosks, mobile experience. Everything has to be also mobile on top of your digital visitor guide. And the smart electronic ticket, which is one of the most important innovations we will try to deploy, which is the possibility of putting on board of a smartphone or a gadget or a badge the electronics and information for guiding the visitor and the participants. The fifth layer is services, where we have electronic payment. Of course, we will try to push the usage of electronic money, electronic commerce, electronic payment. Transportation, e-mobility, info-mobility, of course, using the electric vehicles in the round ring around the digital smart city. Electronic health and solutions for disabled people. Our city has to be inclusive for disabled people, not just because it is architectural barrier-free, but also because we are giving new way for having deaf people or blind people participating to the event, like all the other people. So the combination, the integration of these 5 layers is like an accordion. Let me say it's an accordion, which is a musical instrument. And the very important activity for us is how to integrate the different layers of a smart city. But now, let's go to the other space of the visitor experience. The event is so important that we cannot limit the experience to the many millions of people visiting Expo in 2015. We want to extend and to engage hundreds of millions of people staying in their respective countries all over the world. And we call this the cyber experience, using a platform, the third platform, which is Cyber Expo. So we have the smart city that just explained, the ecosystem of yesterday, and the Cyber Expo. Again, the visitor experience is starting from the ecosystem of yesterday, arrival in Milan through the city of Milan, entering the site of the exhibition, Universal Exposition, and then finally the possibility of extending, engaging people from the site to the rest of the world, pavilions to the rest of the world, visitor to the rest of the world. What is, at the end of the day, the cyber platform? The cyber platform is made of 5 main components. The first one is, of course, a very innovative and advanced web portal, which will be for the Expo company, but also will be available for those countries who want to share this web portal. A second component is the social networking, with the capability of producing content by the countries, by the organization, by people, by visitors, and sharing this content through the web space or the cyberspace. The third one is the mobile usage. Of course, everything has to be also mobile. We cannot just limit it to the fixed world. Another point is, of course, satellite television. We will give the possibility of connecting the pavilions and the countries and the site, the digital smart city, to the rest of the world in order to have an interactive visibility what's happening there. And of course, social games, also the possibility of entertaining, educating through a social engagement. All these 5 components will make the cyber experience. Now, Maria is walking in the smart city. She sees a beautiful spot, like some trees, a beautiful landscape. She decides to take a picture with her tablet and then share the picture, the photo, to her Facebook wall. Eva, a friend of Maria living in New York, is using the Facebook, her wall, and she noticed a message arriving from Maria in Milan. Then she clicks on the photo she received, and clicking on the photo, she can start the virtual visit in the 3D rendering of the smart city. So Eva, just controlling the movement with a Kinect or a leap motion technology, will move around the site just with a very physical experience. Then Eva receives a message from Maria. Maria is asking Eva, let's have a game together, let's play together. So Maria goes to an electronic wall in the city and invites Eva to start a social game. Eva accepts, she's very happy. Expoville Social, you know, the Farmville famous social network game, and so engage in a physical virtual connection. And this is very important because it's giving the globalization of the event, the globalization of the content, the involvement of people from all over the world, which is a very important point of the Universal Exposition. During my previous presentations, I show you the 3 platforms. Again, outside Expo, which is the ecosystem, the smart city, and the Cyber Expo. The technologies that you saw before actually can be offered to support the participants. To do this, we are supported by our strategic partners, and we are organizing these services for pavilions, for the participants, in a very structured way, in order to be very easy, very efficient, very fast. And we have developed 15, for the moment, 15 set of services. We call them packets of services. And I go quickly through them. The first one is networking and the internet. The second is fixed voice. The third is Wi-Fi. The fourth is Cyber Expo. The fifth is security and access. The sixth, cloud computing. The seventh, virtual desktop and personal computers. The 8th, multimedia services. The 9th, the visit analytics. The 10th, the on-site visitor experience. The 11th, the mobile devices and services. The 12th, messaging and collaboration. The 13th, telepresence. 14th, e-health. And finally, the 15th is smart services. Together, these 15 packets are offered to the participants to support them in their activities for developing the pavilions. Now, of course, we cannot do this standalone, and we already mentioned the very important fact that behind us there are very important leading companies. We have listed here the main sectors of activities of these companies, which are helping us to develop the projects and to support the participants. For telecommunications, we have Telecom Italia, for IP network, Cisco, for system integration, Accenture, for smart energy and smart lighting, very important, Enel. And in 2 or 3 months, as Giuseppe Sala this morning already announced, we will have on board the strategic partners for the Safe City and access systems, for the Cyber Expo, electronic payment and ticketing, edutainment and terminals, e-logistic and satellite TV connectivity. Again, in order to be very effective, we will present these 15 packets in a working session this afternoon, and of course you are very well invited to come and discuss and see this presentation about the service catalog, which is the description of the 15 packets offered to participants. This service catalog is also very interesting because it gives a customization of services for each participant, and moreover, this catalog is available both on paper but also on an electronic platform, which is the very well known by you, the Participant Digital Management System. And this afternoon, in the working session of official participants, I will give an on-live demonstration of the platform with the service catalog. And this is the first page of the service catalog with the 15 packets of services. In parallel to the working session, but also this morning, maybe you have noticed that we have a space which is called the Partner Village, which is the venue of a meeting and discussion between Expo, the partners, the strategic partners, and you. So again, you are very well invited to come and visit the Partner Village in order to have the discussion with us and with the partners, the strategic partners. Thank you.